Well, they were weird, weren't they?
Yes, they are quite odd. I've seen them moving in the woods, going up north towards the old ruins beyond the North Woods.
Wow, that was weird.
Yeah, but if they have women like that, I might go see what they're all about.
Good day, Mr. Rome. Much as the one before, though things have been a little different here, what with the Bridge North being out and now the Port of Tyr shut down. But really, things change very little. It's a pretty quiet town, never much trouble, except for Gorth. He's always causing trouble. I love the town. What more can I say, really? He's the local sheriff. He's a tough man, but he's always decent to me. Stay on his good side. I take care of them. I'll reshoe them, feed them, and I enjoy their company. I also make saddles for riding. Well, I don't sell them, but I do have an old one I can trade you. I need a new hammer. Mine's getting worn. If you bring me a hammer, I'd gladly trade you for a saddle. Take care, Mr. Rome. Ah, a new hammer! Thank you very much. Here's the saddle as promised. Please enjoy it.
Good day, sir.
Good day to you, my fine fella.
Enjoying your stay in town?
I've stayed in worse places.
Me too, for sure. Once Rayford made me sleep in a pig pen. Said it'd give me perspective. Good to see you, sir. Enjoy the rest of your day. And make sure you catch the magic show tonight.
Hey, Blur, give me a bly. I want to buy some sausage.
Fine, Gorf, just take the damn coin and go get something to eat, will ya?
You're a good boy, aren't you, O'Burr?
O'Burr just glares at him.
Well, I'm out of here. Goodbye, loser.
Gorf takes a look at you and squints. Oh no, he must be using that last brain cell of his.
What are you looking at, stranger?
A big old walking bag of horse shite.
What did you call me?
Oh, I just referred to you as a large container of animal feces.
Animal feces?
You know, creature droppings.
You're lucky I'm hungry. Otherwise, you'd be dead.
Well, why don't you just come over here and eat me?
Oh, you're dead, little man.
Hey, knock it off, gentlemen. I'm not up for dealing with your crap today.
We'll talk later, little man.
Well, he's charming.
Stay away from him, Mr. Rome. He likes trouble more than you do, and he's dumber than a brain-dead ox.
Thanks for the advice.
How can I help you today, young man?
Hey there, kid. How are you?
Tell you the truth, butcher man, I could be doing better.
Couldn't we all? Hey, just another day in sleepy old Volksville. You should check out the town marketplace. They always have something going on down there. Well, the good sheriff keeps the scum out of this town, so if he has to make a head roll to do it, so be it. They're a bunch of snotty, spoiled bums down there in Tyr. So proud of their fish, they don't know what it takes to hunt.
Neither do you!
Be quiet, woman.
You buy all your meat from local hunters.
I still appreciate what it means to hunt them down.
And you buy your pigs from the farmers.
I bought you from the farmers, didn't I?
At least I don't roll in the mud when I drink.
I love you, Dollface.
I love you too, you big hunk of man.
You two make me feel better about love in general.
What do I look like? A lady? I wouldn't know if everyone talks about how Prospero never leaves town.
He gossips more than all the women in town.
Again, why did God give you the biggest mouth on 4 continents?
The same reason he gave you the biggest belly in 6.
I eat to kill the pain.
I talk to kill the shame.
My heart burns for you, Lovey.
I couldn't live without you, my little muffin.
I'm sorry I asked.
Hey, kid, you want some advice? If you want to be happy for the rest of your life, never make a woman your wife.
Isn't it make a pretty woman your wife?
I wouldn't know what that's like.
You wouldn't know pretty if it sat on your face, you baboon.
I love your feisty fire, baby.
I love your pudgy bearded face, honey.
I love that I'm leaving.
How can I help you today, young man?
You have purchased a climber's kit. You have purchased some fresh carrots. A dirty, smelly, and rather unpleasant man is walking down the steps.
Why did I all these people?
Well, hello, young fellow. How are you?
I'm above ground. It's a start.
Indeed. Can I help you? Well, where are my manners? Ned O'King, adventurer, explorer, and cataloger of rare animals, and in some cases, monsters. Well, I travel from land to land looking for new species of animals. I catalog them all, and then I publish my findings. I have several books in print. They are fascinating, eh? I love your regular old bear or raccoon, but when you find that rare species, that's what makes the job. Well, there's an interesting subject. You do see them around here. I try to avoid them and study from afar. Mostly I try to talk to others who have seen and dealt with them. I use their information to write about how to deal with them. This area has such an interesting array of monsters, even undead. And the regions within each area are almost unique in their variety. There's the Volksville Woods, which currently surround us. To the west lie the grasslands, and just north and east of here are the 99-acre woods, or the North Woods as some call it. Up north and a little west of here is the Krosnan Swamp. Head south towards the ocean to see the amazing South Woods. Each area holds variety to keep me fascinated for years of study. Feel free to ask me about anything you might want to, and I'll tell you what I know. From what you describe, this sounds like a Hundelvorn. The thing about them is, they aren't natural. A Hundelvorn is generally some kind of purposeful mutation of a creature, or man. In those cases, some kind of magic or alchemy is involved. I'll tell you though, you should worry less about the beast and more about who made the beast. The main creatures you'll encounter around here are the Rukiti. They're a red-skinned creature, generally armed with a flail, who are mean and will probably attack you on sight. I've heard they're not too difficult to defeat in combat, although I've never tried myself. You'll probably encounter some brutes as well if you wander around enough. That's what they call the local brigands around here. Rough lot. A good offense is probably just slashing at these types instead of just trying to stab them. The grasslands are an amazing place. So vast and full of grass. I made a rhyme.
Besides the Rukiti, who seem to be most everywhere around these parts, you'll probably see some jaguars during the day and wolves at night.
Both are just normal animals, nothing too special about them except they seem to be more susceptible to slashing as opposed to other attacks. I surmise that to these creatures, the weapon looks like a giant steel claw which sends them into a panic. But that's just a theory. You might find that wolf fur will go for a fair bly in the right place too. What a fascinating place the 99-acre woods are. They originally started off as 100 acres, but rumor has it that it was measured wrong by the lord or king of the time. It was once an area set aside for hunting bears, but since it's been left to go wild, some giant spiders have moved in. Both of these animals are weak against your slashing attack. I've never ventured north into the swamps, although I hear it's a fascinating place. Check with the apothecarian in town here. He goes there or sends his young apprentice there to collect herbs and plants.
I can tell you that there are swamp Rukiti there, cousin to the red-skinned ones around these parts. They're more vicious than their cousins, but they tend to not like a stabbing attack. Throws them off their game.
Now what I am intrigued by in there is the giant snakes. I've never seen one before, but I hear they're a sight. Being a wild beast, I'd have to assume they wouldn't like a slashing motion of the sword, but don't quote me on that. The leaves and colors of the South Woods are amazing. Truly a great part of the world, but that doesn't mean there's not some fierce creatures about as well. The whole area is crawling with dwarves, and they're nothing like you see in books or hear about. Nasty little buggers. They'll cut you up and sell your body parts for a bly if they can. I really couldn't tell you the best way to deal with them except to stay away if you see them. Oh, the undead. Most people think these are just made-up fairy tales to scare young children, but they're certainly more than that. The old graveyard to the north has its fair share of wights, skeletons, and specters. The information I have on them is sketchy, but from what I understand, and there's a certain logic to this, they don't like being bashed, so your best bet is to hack away at them until they drop. Then, run like hell. It makes sense to me not to bother stabbing them. After all, there's no internal organs in the undead, so just what would you be stabbing, eh?
Well, it was nice talking with you. Come back if you need any kind of help.
Hi, Kessel.
Hello, sir. How can I help you? You think I'm kidding when I say I'll bash you for taking advantage of Ina? No, sir. You be having a good night, okay, Mr. Owen? Good.
Hello again. Welcome to my shop. I hope you like it, and I hope I can be of assistance. We have many potions and elixirs. Also, you should know I'm buying components for my potions. Hello there. Welcome to the apothecary. I'm doing well, thanks. I've got some new reagents for some new potions today, so as you can see, I'm very excited. It's my shop. My father was a farmer, but I decided to learn the art of mixing potions, poultices, and other healing and health arts. It's definitely my life's work. I grow a lot of my own reagents, but I'm always on the lookout for some of the harder to find items. I will always be able to buy tufts of wolf's fur and the venom sac from giant snakes if you can get them. Great little town, huh? I've lived here all my life. Yeah, quite gruesome, yeah? It's funny. Right after an execution, people come in to buy potions like crazy. Which is quite amusing, because I cannot make a potion that reattaches a head. He's tough, but fair, I suppose. He scares me enough to keep me on the straight and narrow. I have a whole array of health-bolstering potions, poultices, and pills. Unfortunately, I'm all out of everything right now. Everyone bought out my inventory today. I'll be spending the whole night making more. What fun!
Sounds like it.
Oh, it is. I should be getting a whole bunch of new ingredients from the swamp this evening. Oh yes, the swamp is full of different plants and organisms that I can use in my potions. There's a little boy from town, Hobbs, who likes to play up there and he collects things for me. Oh yes, Hobbs. Nice boy. I pay him several blythes for the items he brings. Actually, I hope one day he wants to become a pharmacist too. It gets dark in the swamp too, so I gave him some glowing fungus to help him attract fireflies, so he can see in there. Unfortunately, I have none left. But it grows up in the Northwoods, usually on old or dead trees. You can see it easily at night.
You have purchased a healing potion.
Ah, Mr. Rome, was your first night in Vokesville lovely? Oh, that's too bad. May tomorrow be better.
One can only hope.
Well, if you get a chance, you should head over to the Hermit Homestead in the Northwest. You might enjoy the trip.
That sounds delightful.
Yes, well, Tyr is still closed, due to some clever criminals that have managed to elude capture.
Lovely to know the city is safe.
Well, have a nice day, sir.
The hole in the bridge appears to have been fixed. You reckon the old fisherman finally got around to fixing it?
Mr. Rome, looking lovely today.
Feeling lovely, thanks. What's up?
Well, we need a little help. Our prize horse, Mastodon, got loose last night and ran away. He runs off and then tries to find some female horses to have his way with. Usually runs up to the north or east. He's a skittish sort. Find him and then bring him back. You can meet me back here later.
Great. Sounds like I'm doing bitch work.
We've all had to at some point. Good luck.
You see two fishermen doing what they do best. They already seem to have quite the collection.
Hello, stranger. Brattle is my name. Thanks for asking. Most people just call me Fishmonger.
Nice to meet you. People call me Rum.
Well, hello there, Mr. Rome. Good to see you. What can I do you for? You know, I can't believe he let Marcus's head roll. Up until just a while ago, Marcus was one of Rayford's deputies. One day, we heard Rayford accused him of crimes. Some people whispered that he stole from Rayford, but I gotta be honest, that didn't seem like Marcus to me. Not that Marcus was good, or even an innocent man, but usually Rayford would just lock someone like him up. Well, he keeps law and order in the town. He also sends guards out on patrol and they keep me safe. So, I guess I'm okay with him. Oh, the beautiful port city of Tyr. Well, it's a bit west and south of here, but I try to go anytime I can. Such neat sights there, and the fish they have on the docks are amazing. I get my nets from them. They don't compete with me, and I don't compete with them. Mostly I feed myself, family, and some friends anyway. You can get yourself into a lot of trouble down there. Don't be nosing around the red door after spending too much time at the Salty Dog. That's all I'm saying. Lest you end up like those poor souls who used to live in the ruins up North Way. Those are the ruins of the once mighty Killington family's mansion. May those poor souls rest in peace. I were but a boy, but I know the tale. How Jarvis Killington stole the old Eye of Jagger from the Order of Sentai and brought a curse upon himself and his whole family. That house burned down with all of them inside of it. But everyone said all the women and children were dead before the fire. Old Jarvis's body was untouched by it. Them ruins are cursed and you'd stay away if you know what's good for you. Well, according to the stories, that's the gem that Jarvis Killington brought home from one of his many adventures. And it's the thing that made him crazy. I don't know what it looks like, but people say it glowed with an eerie green light. It belonged to the Sentai, a mysterious order of monks or something. Or the old trollop, if you ask me. Well, the Killington family was large and well respected. Their riches helped to create this town and let it thrive. They built the bank in town, and they also have a wing in the Library of Tyr dedicated to them. I don't read many books, but if you wanted to learn all about them, you could go there. Well, what I know of them ain't much. I know they have a great city in their own kingdom, Jondar. People say lots of different things about them. I've heard they're good. I've heard they have a secret agenda, but they're not too often seen around here. I think they're better than those Morai freaks who moved into the old fortress ruins on the hill. Now those are some weirdos. They dress in green robes, and I always hear them chanting to some kind of god they worship. It's creepy, and I don't like them. Talk to you soon, stranger.
It's an old axe lodged in a stump for many years. Looks a bit rusted and, well, stuck. You attempt to pull the axe out of the stump. You just can't seem to pull it out. F. Acre Farms. You assume there's a farm around here somewhere? Well, this is just a lovely old farm, set upon the rolling hills outside of Volksville. You can only assume that this is where those 3 drunks from the pub work when they're occasionally sober. Rows of corn are growing here. They don't look as mature as the ones further back up the road. It's a lovely looking goat. Well, lovely is a subjective term. He appears to be leaving little goat droppings everywhere. A barn sits near the north of the fields. The farmer would keep his tools and seed in there. Hey, you're inside of an old but well-loved barn. There's a plethora of hay and tools about. Hanging along the wall are some tools. You see a crowbar on the wall. You also spot an old bridle upon the wall. You play around. Searching amongst the tools, you find a crowbar which you take and stow in your backpack. You never know when you'll need to change your wagon's wheel or hit someone over the head. Searching amongst the tools, you find a bridle. You take it with you. You see a saw slinged up against the stall. Say that 5 times fast. You pick up the saw and take it with you. You take a small handful of hay from the pile. Who doesn't need some hay once in a while? It's the sort of sack farmers would keep livestock feed in. You take the empty feed sack from the floor of the barn. Hopefully you'll find a use for it. Otherwise you're just a dude carrying a sack. You're not the devil. You don't need a pitchfork. There's a barrel sitting over in the corner of the barn. It probably contained feed for livestock. It's way too heavy to carry. You've already got some hay. It doesn't talk back. You see a lovely young woman who appears to be tending to some bees.
Hello there.
Hello, sir. How are you? I am Lytus, sir. I tend bees out here. People are afraid of getting stung, so I keep them outside of town. They're interesting creatures. The way they work as a colony fascinates me. I'm lucky enough to work with them, but even I still need smoke to manage them. Smoke helps keep the bees docile, but did you also know smoke will make wasps and hornets run off like crazy?
I did not.
Yeah, they don't like it. You have to find something to burn that will make a lot of smoke, though. Dry stuff doesn't work as well as something slightly damp. I would try to mix something damp and wet, like moss, with something dry that easily burns. Honey's amazing. Not only is it sweet and nutritious, it's also a good salve and has healing properties. I sell my honey to both Gwen and Jared. Gwen uses it in their rations for energy. Jared uses it in his healing potions. Thanks for stopping by to chat. Not too many folks do.
You see rows and rows of corn. It's a tree. A big tree. It's a horse.
Of course, of course.
In fact, it's probably the horse Kurt is looking for. Some helpful soul has put a sign here. To the west is Volksville, and to the east is not Volksville.
Actually, that's not helpful at all.
An old wagon has been abandoned here. Considering how close to town it is, you're surprised someone hasn't taken it and fixed it up. You give the carrots to the horse, which he greedily munches. He seems to like you now, or at least he tolerates you. You place the bridle and saddle on the horse. With the saddle and bridle in place, you climb aboard Mastodon. You decide to quickly return the horse to Kurt.
Wow, you actually got him to follow you. Ha! He's a stubborn bastard.
Yeah, I had to play him with a treat. But after that, well...
Good job. Well, I'm gonna go stable him up. I'm gonna be busy, but tomorrow I want you to meet me. Just head down south through the bushes here. Eventually, you'll see.
Oh, haha, great. Are you sending me on some other kind of bitch assignment?
No. Just head south tomorrow.
Okay, south through that log down there.
Yep, you got it. Oh, also, I've got a map of Lunaria here for you. This will help you get around when you need it.
Thanks. I'm sure this will come in handy. So, see you tomorrow, south of here.
Yeah, come on down. Chewie will be there to give you a hand. I'll see you then.
Take it easy.
Well, this looks interesting. Looking around, you see you're at the crossroads of the valley. The grasslands stretch out to the west and the north. It appears the road runs alongside them. To the south, you can see the port city looming in the distance.